You want to drink water? Drink it. You want to take a nice bath and relax yourself? Take it. Now just think of a day you have no water to drink, no water to take a bath. How would a day look like? Can you imagine? No one wants to imagine it, right? This is if. And so today we're going to see a day without fresh water and how human race can stop that imagination becoming into reality. So let's start. Our Earth is a seemingly beautiful planet, and just a sight of nature enriches us as a whole. Almost three-fourths of the surface is covered with water, and other part is land, and that is why it is called Blue Planet. But even though 70% of Earth's surface is water, the irony is that we cannot drink it. Almost 97.5% of all water on Earth is seawater, and only 2.5% is freshwater. Of this 2.5% of fresh water, more than two-thirds is frozen as ice and snow, and more than one-third is stored below ground as groundwater. This means that only 0.3% of all fresh water on the planet is readily available as surface water in lakes, rivers, and streams. Our global water supply is becoming more of an issue every day. Even developed nations, where a plentiful supply of water is sometimes taken for granted, the value of water is increasing among the people and their governments. Water demand globally is projected to increase by 55% between 2000 and 2050. Much of the demand is driven by the agriculture, which accounts for 70% of global freshwater use, and food production will need to grow by 69% by 2035 to feed the growing population. Water withdrawal for energy used for cooling power stations is also expected to increase by over 20%. In other words, the near future presents one big freshwater drain after the next. What's more, right now, according to a NASA led study, many of the world's freshwater sources are being drained faster than they are being replenished. Of the world's major gravel and sand filled underground reservoirs, 21 out of 37 are receding from India and China to the United States and France. The Ganges basin in India is depleting due to population and irrigation demands by an estimated 6.31 centimeters every year. This is important because the planet is in the midst of what the United Nations is calling a water crisis. For some people, the issue isn't a lack of water, but a lack of clean water. Millions of people die every year from preventable diseases after drinking water from an unsanitary source. In other regions, water is simply scarce. A water shortage can affect you no matter where you live in the world. It's arguably humanity's most vital natural resource. It sustains all other activities. It's essential basis of economies, societies, or human life. Some even hypothesize that increased water shortage around the world will lead to wars. To secure a source of water for its people, a government may construct a dam. But dams have drawbacks as well. Due to their large surface area, they lose a lot of water to evaporation. And they also serve as inadvertent collection sites for natural salts found in freshwater. This can lead to food loss, not only the crops themselves, but also the cows, pigs, and chickens that eat the affected grains. And also the farmers with ruined fields may move to cities in search of work. Sudden urban population growth strains public infrastructure like sewers. The poorest residents may find they have no choice but to use the water supply directly without sanitation. The polluted water supply would even kill aquatic life, further reducing the availability of food. Waterborne diseases such as diarrhea would spread. So, to prevent this from happening, we can first do few things from our side to save fresh water. Close taps whenever not in use. Pour that amount of water in glass which you want to drink. Don't throw left water in sink. Use it to water plants and many more. Farmers can use drip irrigation method instead of using traditional method to water the farm as it is 95% water efficient. But traditional methods can also be useful in restoring fresh water. Like in Rajasthan, India, restoring traditional small dams called johars enable the periodic rains to be held before they dissipated across the land. The johars led to the miraculous revitalization to a green landscape and the surface water returning. A report says, while it takes around 1000 tons of water to grow 1 ton of grain, it takes 15 times that amount of water to process 1 ton of beef. So, We can even reduce the consumption of beef in our daily diet. We can even admire Australia for how it survived its millennium drought from 1997 to 2009 by rapidly implementing measures that halved the business and residential water use. The key was putting a price on water and making it a tradable commodity. Another gold standard is Israel, which views water availability as a national security issue. By recycling effluent water, including household sewage, the Shafton wastewater treatment facility near Tel Aviv supplies approximately 140 million cubic meters of water per year for agricultural uses covering 50,000 acres of irrigated land. Israel is also a global leader in desalination, turning seawater into potable drinking water. Over half of Israel's drinking water now comes from desalination. But yeah, it's only a boutique solution in very rich places. So, if we want to become a water efficient societies, we can use solar energy, wind energy, and either through increasing the efficiency with which every drop of water is used, or simply shifting away from the water intensive use altogether. So, whichever effective model of conserving fresh water we come up with, we need to come up with one and rather sooner than later. So if you guys like this video, be sure to hit the like button. Also to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be the first one to watch new videos coming ahead. And remember, if